Hello my loves, it's Kat. How are you? What are you doing? I hope you're good. So it's Halloween. I'm not a Halloween person, I have to say. Not at all. But I am a Harry Potter person. So this is what we're doing today. You're going to choose your pile by picking a house. And if you don't know which house you belong in, you can either do a quick test. There are probably thousands on the internet by now. Or you can use the crystal. Or if you feel like you belong in a combination of the two, you can just pick two. It's all okay. So, when you have made your decision, go down to the description box to find your timestamp. I will give you a few seconds to decide. And when you're ready, I will see you at your reading. Hello! So you chose the Hufflepuff house with the beautiful honey calcite. I just realized now that I started it that I actually didn't plan a theme for this reading. Like I have no idea what I'm searching for, what I'm looking for in this reading. So we're just gonna be open to it. Whatever comes through, we're gonna take a look at. So, what do my beautiful Hufflepuffs need to know? What's going on? Oh, okay. Oh, we have Temperance. Oh, the Fool. And Judgment. Where am I gonna put this? Okay, I'll just do it like this. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. Okay. Wait a minute. We actually had these reversed. I was just thinking, like, I'm not gonna do reversed cards this time, but I don't know, it didn't feel right, so this is what we're gonna do. So, is there something you want to try, something you want to do, something new? Do you have like a project or an idea or something, like you want to do something? So you're feeling called to do something and you really want to do it, but you're worrying that you're gonna be judged, people are gonna laugh at you, or you're just not gonna be good at it, or just it's not your thing. But listen, if you have this drive, if you have this passion, if you have this calling to do something, you're supposed to do something with it, because this passion, this drive to do this thing, it wouldn't have been planted in you if you weren't supposed to be using it. It's like, I've said this before in another reading, but I think it's a perfect metaphor. Like, it's like universe gives you this toy that you've been like, let's say that you're a kid and universe gives you the toy that you've been dreaming of. Like, this toy is something you asked for Christmas for several years, and now you finally got it. They gave it to you, you got it, but you can't take it out of its box. You can only look at it. You can't play with it, but you can look at it, and it's yours. That's not gonna be fun now, is it? It's not gonna be fun. It's just, why bother? Why would they give me this toy if I was never allowed to use it? If I was never allowed to do anything with it? If I was never allowed to play with it? Do you want this gift remain in the box so you can just look at it and dream about using it but never actually taking it out of its box? Is that really how you want to spend your life? Really? Is that it? I'm actually hearing a quote from The Alchemist, the book. Well, it's not a quote, but there was the story I think it was the crystal shop owner who said that he had always dreamt about doing something. Was it? It's been a while since I've read that book, but there was a place that he wanted to see, somewhere he wanted to visit, but he didn't actually want to fulfill his dream, because then what would he be dreaming of after that? You know? So if he would go and do the thing that he had been dreaming of, then what then? Then he has no dream. He would rather keep the dream than actually do the thing, because then he has no dream. But what he doesn't know, that after you fulfill one dream, 10 more will pop up. It will multiply. Like, you will never run out of dreams. So yeah, it's just, I almost feel like it's, for some of you, this could be about like doing something. It's almost like you feel like it might be, for some of you, this is for some of you, like you feel like you might be too old to do something. Like, I'm 28 and I want to go study this subject in the university, but I'm 28. I am 28. I don't want to do it. Whatever age that may be, but 28, it's just what comes to mind. You know, like, I'm too old. Like, people are either 20s in the university. Like, I'm just too old. I'm just too old to go. But if it takes you like 4 years to graduate, I don't know how long it takes. For me, it takes 4 years. I'm in university right now. So if it takes you 4 years to graduate, and you will be 32 when you graduate, you will be so old. You will be so old. But what you haven't realized is that in 4 years, you will be 32 anyway. But if you don't go, you will be 32 without that diploma. So that's just like a 28 is not old, neither is 32. Definitely not. But it was just an example. but don't you see that you have this drive, this dream for a reason, and it doesn't matter how old you are, it only matters what you do with it. I want to get some of these. Yes. I want to get some of these, and I'm gonna get one of those. Oh, okay, that was quick. We have the star. Happy times, make positive, optimistic, long-term plans, on the right path. Also, the star. I'm sorry, excuse me. The star is the ultimate. Oh, I just realized that you can barely see this. I'm just gonna fix it really quick. Sorry. There we go, much better. Just gonna move that to the side. I think that's my laptop charger. It really wants to be inside. Okay, yeah, so I'm gonna... Excellent, perfect. Okay, sorry. So yes, the star is the ultimate make-wish, like wishes come true kind of card. Like, like dreams coming true. There's a dream that you're chasing, and it will be really good for you. I don't think that you're going to fall. There is a Finnish saying that I absolutely hate. I absolutely hate it because Finns are so... I'm a Finn, so I can say it. People in Finland are so... They're like humble to the point of being annoying. Like, you can't take any credit. You can't be... You can't be really like happy for yourself. You can't celebrate things because people are like, you're too arrogant, you're arrogant, are you narcissistic? Like, it just, you know, you can't say that you're good at things, you can't say that things are going right, you can't be happy for yourself, you're just always, like, that is like the basic Finnish ideology, I don't know how to pronounce that. So, I lost my train of thought. Oh no. Yeah, so there is this saying, like, if you reach for the top of the pine tree, you're going to fall onto a juniper. Basically, don't reach too high because you're gonna fall down eventually. That's the meaning of this. Yeah. Don't reach out to the top of the pine tree because you will fall onto a juniper. That is so fucking stupid. That is so stupid. Anyway, don't be like that. Don't be like the Finnish people. I can say it because I'm Finnish. So I just, that's what I've noticed about Finnish people. So what else? What else? Okay, I'm gonna get one of these cards. Or, well, a couple, maybe. Let's see. So, yeah. What else is coming from my beautiful Hufflepuffs? What's going on? Honestly, I feel like you're the kind of person who, when you do something, you do it really well. You put all of your attention to it. You want it perfect. Like, well, not perfect, but as good as it can be. Kind of like if you're going to make a sandwich, you're not just gonna like slam some butter on it and maybe a slice of cheese and just throw it in your mouth. You're going to make it the best damn sandwich you've ever had. You know, like I get this like saying. There is a quote. I feel like you may be, this is something that might resonate with you. There are two ways of doing things. The first one is doing it properly, and the second way of doing it is doing it again. So basically, oh, was it like that? No, I think it was something different. The phrasing was different. There are two ways of doing it again. Properly and again. That's it. That's how it goes. Properly and again. So, ooh, okay. I'm gonna take this, but I'm not gonna take those. So we have death. Perfect. Perfect. You're going to transform your life like nobody has ever seen. Like, holy mother. Ooh, okay. I'm not gonna take those cards that fell on the floor. I want these cards. Yes, I don't want to take those other ones. So, yes, your life is going to transform. I feel like you are eventually going to go for this. The question is when, though. When are you going to go for it? I would vote for sooner rather than later, but maybe you're a planner. Maybe you have to plan it perfectly before you do it. Like well planned is half done. Which I admire you for. Oh, yes. So, 9 of Wands. So you are very much afraid of people commenting you, criticizing you, You're just really afraid of the words of mean people. That's what you are very much afraid of. And I can't say that you will be protected from it. I'm just saying that eventually you are going to grow a tougher skin. It doesn't bother you so much anymore. I feel like this is also like a life lesson for you when you start doing this. Like, yeah, people are really gonna like it, by the way. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be very successful for you. Whatever this thing is, it's going to be very successful. But there will always be people who will try to put you down. But it's almost like you somehow learn how to deal with them. It doesn't hurt you so much anymore, because it's almost like there is another saying. This group is getting a lot of quotes. Hold on, now I forgot about it. What was it? Right. So, oh, come on. What is it? Damn it. I forgot. Oh, no. What was it? Oh, right. So, okay, I'm gonna start with this. So, I feel like you have been criticized for the most of your life, or you have gotten very harsh comments disguised as constructive criticism when it actually was bullying. And so you're very afraid of, you know, you're really afraid of mean words. But there is something, I feel like you might struggle with this, like, overall in your life. Maybe you were bullied at school, something like this. But, okay, I need to say the quote now, but what was it again? I know what it is. Hold on. Okay. So if a person is criticizing you, but this is a person that you would never go to advice for, you would never ask for their advice, then why would you listen to their criticism? It doesn't make sense. If you would never take their advice, then why would you ever take their criticism? And there is also this overthinking, this worrying, this what's gonna happen, what's the worst case scenario, what's the best case scenario. I'm not saying that you're a pessimist. I feel like you are a careful optimist. You know what the worst case scenario would be, and you hope for the best case scenario. But there is a huge but here. Huge but. Hi, I'm 12. So, right, let's keep this an adult zone. So, yes, the huge but. Right. So the thing about overthinking, thinking of the worst case scenarios, thinking about the best case scenarios, is that you don't actually know what the best case scenario would be. You don't know. Because let's say it like this. you're in a relationship, you're completely in love with this person, and the worst case scenario in your mind would be that if you break up. The best case scenario would be that you spend your life with this person, you get married, you have a family, and you're together forever. But it could be that you're just not compatible. You have completely different ideas of marriage, completely different ideas of raising children, how to handle your finances, what you like to do. You may have different values. You may have different ideas of how you want to spend your free time. And now is staying together with the person that you're not compatible with forever? Is that really the best case scenario? Wouldn't the best case scenario in this case be the worst case scenario, which was to break up? Because if you break up, you have a chance to find the actual person who is compatible with you. So you don't actually know what the best case scenario is in the long run. So that is why worrying about the worst, hoping for the best case scenarios, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I mean, it helps you prepare, but sometimes it helps you prepare for the wrong stuff, you know. Like things that weren't meant for you. Okay. I'm gonna take these cards, actually. Ooh. So, we have the Emperor, Strength, Hanged Man, Three of Swords. Whatever you are trying to do, hoping to do, when you decide to do it, it will be very successful. It will help you evolve. There will be some very big internal changes in you that will happen. It helps you grow a thicker skin. It helps you stop worrying. Kind of like there is this sense of trust suddenly. Like you trust that things are going to be how they should be. And so there are also two messages here. I feel like you're very afraid of getting your heart broken. I'm very afraid. And you kind of don't want to date because you are very afraid of it. And if you are in a relationship, I feel like there are two messages about that too. It may feel like you're kind of stuck in this relationship, like it's not moving forward, like it has stagnated, the honeymoon phase is over, and now we're just together. And I feel like this new adventure that you're going to be going on is going to help you see a few things. It's going to help you understand some things about you, about your life, because like I said, you will be evolving, you will be becoming this person that you always wanted to be. And for some of you who are in a relationship right now, and it feels like it might soon feel like this is not going anywhere because I have changed so much. And this was the relationship that the past me had chosen for herself, but I'm not that person anymore. And this relationship is not evolving with me. So now I'm kind of, it's not moving forward. And some of you will find a way to help it evolve with you. And some of you, like I've always said, when you evolve, when you cross another bridge, going towards the person that you were always meant to be, not everybody is going to fit on that bridge. Some of them have to be left behind. Not everyone in your life right now is going to make it until the end. And that is a tough decision, but I do feel like at that time you will have the strength, you will have the courage to do what's best for you. And for some of you, those who are single, and I think that maybe you are hoping for a relationship, but you're kind of scared of it. I feel like this is a good time to stay single just for a little bit, because there is this, because I keep hearing like those that are single that are really wanting a relationship, wanting a person to come in. They're like, your spirit guides, they're like, they're saying like, if we were to give you this person right now, you would not be able to handle the situation how it's meant to be handled with the information that you have right now. But just a little bit down ahead to the future, you will gain the knowledge and the self-respect and the feeling of being worthy. You will gain that, and it's right around the corner. But you have to get that first in order for us to feel that you are ready to have this person come into your life. Because if we were give this person to you now, there is a chance that you might fuck it up. Because you just don't have the knowledge. Because perhaps in these last relationships you have been always trying to be enough for the other person, try to be perfect for them, and they are already perfect for you, but you're like, how can I be perfect for this person? And that's where you have gone wrong. Because you have to understand that you are worthy and they are worthy, but you don't have to become anything new for them. You're supposed to be already what they need. And if you're not, it's because they are not the right person for you. And so it might be that if this person would come into your life right now, it could be that you would repeat those old, it might not even have been those thoughts that you have had. It could have been something completely different. But you probably would repeat those mistakes that you have done in your previous relationships. And this is the one thing that you don't want to ruin. So they are waiting for you to be ready. And you will be ready. You will be ready. You just have to learn something first. And I feel like the first step is to follow this dream that you have. That is the absolute first step for you right now. Because that will teach you so many things. Oh, now we have the lovers. I told you. Yeah, I told you. Okay. So there will be a relationship if you're not currently in one. And those who are, I have a feeling that you know which camp you belong in. Because some of you are not going to make it. Some of you are going to make it. And if you're doubting it right now, if you're not sure, you will be. You will be sure. But you will be sure when you start doing this process, this dream. When you start actually, you're not anymore chasing the dream. You're actually starting to create it, bring it into the real world. You're materializing it. That's when you start to know, because then you start to change or evolve. You start to become the person you always dreamt of being. And if this person remains the person that you want to be, and if this person remains, you can also think it like this: if you were the best version of you, if you were this dream person you have of yourself, this higher self you want to be, do you think that you would still be in a relationship with this person? Or are you with them right now because you're not sure if you will make it alone? That's how you know. Let's get one more card from this deck. But either way, if you're really happy in this relationship and then you end up not being, then so be it. But if you are in an unhappy relationship right now and then it turns good, then so be it. Either way, there is no wrong here that I can see, because there is this love meant for you. There is this love, there is this relationship, perhaps marriage if you want to get married. I know not all the people do. So either way, if you listen to your heart, you will make the right decision. But if you're making decisions based on being scared, being afraid of being alone, that's when you do the worst decisions for yourself. So the message here is, go for this dream that you have, start doing it, start bringing it into the actual world, start materializing it. And when you start working on that, you will see so much progress in yourself, in your life. The dreams that you have are shifting, they're evolving because you are evolving, and your dreams are getting fulfilled, so you have to find new dreams. And you just know, you just intuitively know that you're doing the right thing when you follow your heart. And we have the Ace of Pentacles. Definitely. Because I feel like you're really scared. You're really, really, really scared about what's about to come if you start doing this. Will you lose your privacy? Will you lose people around you? Will people start hating you? Maybe, what if you say something wrong? Listen, that is a fear that you face every single day. So it's not really nothing new. And we also have slow and steady wins the race, the turtle spirit. Your spirit guides are very heavily around you. Very heavily. They are very protective over you as well. And I feel like you have this very strong protective thing around you. You're very protected by yourself and by your spirit team. But you have to start listening to your dream, going for your dream. Because, you know, let's say that you're the turtle and you live inside the shell the entire life. And you're like, well, it's safe and cozy here in the shell, not the shelf, shell. And it's nice and cozy here. It's warm, it's safe, nothing can touch me, I'm all protected. But the thing is that you're never actually living, you're never actually seeing what's outside your shell. You're never going for a swim. You're never trying different foods. You're never seeing different places. So it's time for you to take a little peek at what's out there, just to see. But whatever this thing is though, I feel like it's going to be very successful. It's something that you are guided to do, and it's going to help you become this person that you have always been dreaming of. And I know that you're a hard worker. I know that you can make it work because you're a Hufflepuff, baby. You can do it. So, then you also have the star card. I mean, these are such an amazing cards. There's nothing here that says that it's never going to work out. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. It's going to be fantastic. So, whatever happens, remember that you don't know what the best case scenario is. Remember that you just don't know. You can't possibly know. So, follow your heart. What does it want you to do? And do that. So this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, my fellow Gryffindors. Hi, how are you? So you chose the Gryffindor group and the Carnelian. So let's get some tarot. I have no idea what's going to come up, by the way. I have no idea. I didn't plan these readings at all. So we're just going to see. Spirit guides. What do my fellow beautiful, courageous Gryffindors need to know? What's going to happen? What's going on? Okay, so we have 5 of Pentacles. My cat wants to get out, so I'm just gonna... Sorry. Go, 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 go. Okay, 5 of Pentacles. Interesting. Ooh. 2 of Swords. Okay. Oh, okay. And then we have 2 of Pentacles. It's almost like you are at war with yourself. I feel like there is a situation that you're not loving, and you almost feels like you have to make a decision about this thing, whatever it is. And you've been trying to hold on for as long as you can, but now you are kind of 7 of Pentacles. Now you're kind of feeling like, you know, I've had enough of this. Like you need to get this thing off of you so you can finally relax, concentrate on yourself. Is this about money problems? Do you have some money problems? Which would not be surprising in this situation in the world that we're in. And everything is getting more expensive and after COVID and everything. Pile number, well, there's no number. Hold on, something happened with my cards. get some more cards about the situation. I do feel like this has something to do with money. And you're really struggling. You're really struggling. Oh, that's a little too much. Gryffindors. What do my beautiful Gryffindors need to know? What's going on? Oh, that's a little too much again. I keep hearing like budget things, like start budgeting. Like you have to start like looking at where you're spending your money. That is very, very important right now. And that is key. That is key to getting more money. Are you trying to manifest money? If you are, then that would be the next step, something you have to do. You have to see where you're spending your money. Where is it all going? And I feel like it's the little things. There is a saying. What's the saying? It had something to do with the ship. Right. Beware of little expenses. A small leak will sink a great ship. That's what I keep hearing. Like it could be that you're spending on your money on like takeout coffees or, oop, that's a little too much again. And there are some cards that are face up in my deck. Yeah, that is something that you really need to do. You need to start budgeting. You need to be very, like, take all your receipts, see where they are going, where are you spending your money, how much money are you spending on each thing every month. We also have the Hierophant. Like this is the key. This is the key to solving it. You have to be very, very, very careful. You have to, first of all, you need to see where this money is going. I mean, I know that it doesn't seem like a lot if you're, I don't know how much coffee costs. I don't drink coffee. I don't know if you spend $1 on coffee every day, like a takeout coffee, that's like $7 a week. And what is 7 times 32 and 31? I don't know. I can't do math right now. I have taken a migraine medication. That's my excuse. What's yours? I can't. Okay, let's get away from the math right now. I don't know. I can't deal with that right now. So, yeah, okay. So we have Temperance as well. There is something coming for you, but I think. Oh, I see it. Okay, there is a reason for your struggles right now. There is a reason for it. I know what it is now. Yes, okay, this makes so much sense. Yes, okay, let me try to gather my thoughts so I can translate. So, you're struggling, and I feel like it has, for the majority of you, I feel like it has to do with money. And it is your spending expenses. I feel like a few of you may be Leos, Sun, Moon, or Rising. I'm a Rising Leo. Oh my god. Hi. So, and Leos famously like to spend money on pretty things. So this isn't necessarily your fault, but this is where you are right now, because there is a lesson here. There is a lesson that you need to learn. In every struggle, there is a lesson, and I know what that is for you now. So, so you are struggling with money, and I feel like you may be tempted, or you have loaned money from people, or you may have used credit cards or something. I feel like there is this debt. There is some sort of debt. Could be student debts or any other things. Or you may just be tempted to borrow money. And this is an easy fix. This is an easy solution that might get you in trouble later. So beware, because the thing here is not to hold on until you get to the other side, until you get some money. No, that is not the thing. The thing here is that you need to learn to control your finances. You need to get on top of your finances, because there is money coming for you. There is money coming. But if you haven't learned to control your finances, this money that is supposed to help you in the future, it's coming for a specific reason. There is money coming in, but it's for something specific. And if you haven't learned this habit of controlling your finances, if you haven't gotten into the habit of saving money, then that money is just gonna fly away as fast as it came. Like you're just gonna, there is a high possibility that you will just blow it away, and you might have to pay your debts back, or you might have to, you feel like, well, I need a new car, my car is crap, so now that I have this money, I'm just gonna buy a new car, or something like this, or I need new clothes, I haven't bought new clothes in years, and now that I have this money, I could just buy a few nice things for myself. But you need to, this money is for a reason, it's coming for a specific purpose. And before that money can come in, you have to have control over your finances. You have to have control over your spending habits. And that is why you're struggling right now, because you're supposed to learn from it. You're supposed to learn to settle your finances. So my advice for you is that every month put away a little bit, just a little bit. If you're like really tight, like you don't have much to put away, you can just put away $1 a month or $1 a week, as long as it becomes a habit. Like every month you think like, well, how much can I put away this month? And even if it's just, I don't know, 10 cents, put that away, because you need to build a habit so that when you get this money that is coming for a purpose, when this money comes, you're like, okay, well, I can put, the first thing you think when that money comes into your life, you think, well, how much of this am I going to put away? And you put that away first, and then you think, okay, what are the other things that I need? And okay, I have my car, but there's this piece broken, I need to fix that piece. And then it's perfectly running car again. And you didn't have to buy a new car when you could just fix that one thing that was, broken or whatever. I don't know much about cars. So there is this habit you need to build before this money can come in. And this is a habit that you will go by for the rest of your life. And it's very important. It's crucial. You need to have this. And this is the key to getting your finances on top. Like controlling your finances, seeing where the money goes. Build a beautiful Excel spreadsheet or whatever, and take every receipt you you know, you do, or when you buy things, take all the receipts and break it apart. Where is this money coming from? Like, oh my god, I'm spending hundreds of dollars on coffee each month. Like, it's really surprising. It's really surprising. And I feel like this is going to be something that you need to do. There is a very strong message here. And if you are in the need to borrow money, try to avoid it. But if you have to, then you have to. But if you do, then you have to really start doing this. You really need to get on top of it. So, more messages to my beautiful Gryffindors. Ooh. Because you are, there is this like a promise. There is this promise of having good finances in the future, but it won't ever happen if you can't like get on top of your finances. There is something you need to learn about this, and that's why you're struggling. Oh. 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 And I feel like you might benefit from like challenges. Like, I'm only allowed to use, I don't know. Like, I actually read like yesterday, like there was this guy who spent €5 for food supplies a week. That was his budget, and it was a challenge. And the thing was that it had to be nutritious food. Like, it had to be food that he could live healthily. Like, he would have a healthy diet and all that, but he was only allowed to spend $5 a week. And he made it, he did it, and he kept going with it because it worked for him. And before that, he was spending like €500 for food every month. And I feel like you might benefit from this kind of like challenges. It might be exciting for you, I don't know. We have 10 of water. A contented and rewarding family life. Your emotional and material needs are met. Trustworthy relationships. So yeah, things are gonna go great. They're gonna go just great. I actually want to get one more of these. And I don't know, maybe you are like, you feel like, well, if you have to spend time like going out with friends, there are things that you can do free and stuff. And I feel like it would be fun to do these things, but somebody has to organize them. And, you know, I feel like you could be the one to do that. I don't know, I just feel it. Oh my god! This is perfect! We have 10 of Earth as well. A very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life. Yes! Oh my god. Ah, perfect. Ah, I don't know. I think you're gonna do great, babe. I mean, it's gonna do fine. You're going to do fine. I feel like everything is going to be perfectly fine for you. Let's get to 4 more cards of these then. But yeah, you know, like, even if people are like rich, they don't have to think about like what they spend on things. They still need to be sure that they are getting more money in than money is going out. They need to be sure of that, so they are doing some sort of budgeting. They're not just spending on things and like doing nothing about it. We have Prince of Pentacles, We have King of Cups. And then we have Two of Cups. Okay. Interesting. Ooh. Okay. So the progress will be slow for you, but it's almost like when you start doing these little things, like first thing you do is that you start tracking where your money is going. And that takes a month. And then you see how much are you spending, how much did you spend, you know, on these things. And you realize, oh my God, I spent like, I don't know, like $50 on sweets, or I spent $100 on alcohol, or some other like not very good habits. And then you can like think like, okay, well, I can probably like, if I start like bringing my own coffee, or I start bringing my own lunch to work, I can probably like make it come down like maybe like I don't know, $20, like, yeah. And if I stop buying the takeout coffee, takeaway, I don't know, I don't drink coffee, I don't know the words. So, right, if you need to have like a coffee when you're driving to work, or you're driving to class or somewhere, if you need to have coffee, you can just take coffee from home, and that's gonna save you some money as well. You can take that $50 you spent a month for coffee, you can take it down to 0 even, but you can just lower it a little bit every month so it doesn't feel too harsh. And then you can set like goals, and this is slow progress, because you do this like monthly. You can do it weekly as well, but the difference is not going to be as large. And I find that things vary every week. Like I don't know. I'm a monthly kind of gal. So whatever works for you, by the way, whatever works for you. But that is how I see it. You can also do some manifestation things. And oh look! Remember what I said? A small leak will sink a great ship. Look at these. These are like in a storm. I'm gonna show you. Look, these waters are like really rough, and these ships are like trying to stay afloat. Like hold on, we're gonna get through this. And then we have the King of Cups, and the sea is smooth, and the ship is fully upright over there. Just I don't know. How do ships move? Do they don't swim? Do they? do they float? I don't know. You know. Well, the point is that the ship is doing fine. Oh my God. Sometimes I feel like I need to take some more English lessons. Perhaps I should. Anyway, there is this like planting seeds period. I mean, I feel like it might take months, because you're learning as you go, and the progress is slow, and you can just start like putting away like $1 a week, $1 a month. If all you can spare is 10 cents, then put that away each month, because you just need to build a habit of saving money. And as you start lowering your expenses, and you have more money not to spare, but you're like able to tighten your belt and so on, you will be able to put away a little more each month. And you don't spend it on extra things unless you really need them, but the point is trying to save as much and trying to do things yourself, or thinking like, well, you know, like I don't have to buy bread because I can make some, because that would be good, and I could make the kind of bread I want, and something like this. It doesn't have to be that, but it could be something, or I could make my own clothes, or something like this. I remember when my bicycle had a flat tire, and first I thought I would just take it to a shop, but it was like over 100 euros to get that fixed, and I was like, well, there are tires in a shop really near, and they're like 10 bucks, so I'll just go and change it. And the first one exploded. And I went to buy another one, and that worked. And after that, I was so hyped. I was like, oh my god, what else can I do? What else can I do? It becomes something fun. It becomes a game. It becomes something addictive. It's like, well, if you go to a shop with a friend, and like after a while you have been doing this, and you feel like, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself to a nice coffee. But when you're ordering it, you're thinking like, well, I could have it without the whipped cream, because, you know, it's a game. It's a game now, and it's something fun to do. And so how can I make this one, I'm treating myself, but how can I make it a little bit less expensive? And I do want this and I do want that, but I don't necessarily need the whipped cream, so I can take that out. It becomes a game, you know. Let's get one more card. Oh yeah, I forgot the Two of Cups. Okay, so it's, I feel like there's like financial situation, especially if this is a family thing, or if you're in a relationship, you know, financial things are the most common reasons for people to argue over in family or in a relationship. So I feel like this kind of like challenge and noticing how well you're doing and how things are getting better, I feel like it's going to lift off that weight of pressure. It's going to lift that pressure off you, and I feel like it's going to be really good for you in your family, in your relationships. Or if you're single at this time, there is someone coming for you. There is someone coming for you. If that was the question, if you were wondering about that. But if you are in a relationship and things are not going so well, they will turn up. They will get better. So yeah, because we have had that confirmation 3 times here. A contented and rewarding family life, trustworthy relationships, your emotional and material needs are met, and then we had a very happy family life, financial security, finding magic in the little things in life, and then we have the Two of Cups here. So whatever your situation is, if you're single, if you're in a relationship, it's gonna get better. Definitely. I'm starting to lose my voice a little bit. But that's fine. That's completely okay. Ooh. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of hard work. It's going to be very slow progress. I actually forgot to say this. I started to say this, but then I started talking about something else. So there is this like planting seeds period. And that takes a while, and you're not quite sure if it's working or not, because you can't see the seedlings yet, because you can't just dig out the seed and look at it if it has sprouted or not. So you just have to wait and see, and you keep watering and you keep hoping, and then one glorious day a little seedling will poke out. But it takes a while before you're seeing any progress. But when you see that, then boom. Oh, by the way, this doesn't have to be financial at all. I don't know how I didn't see it. I guess because a lot of pentacles were here, but this could also have to do with like a fitness kind of journey, if you're trying to lose weight, trying to gain weight, whatever, that everything applies, the same things apply here. But the advice here for that, because I just got it, the advice here is to change something small and then change something small again. Like not completely transforming your life overnight. That works for some. That definitely works for some, especially if you're doing it with a meditation, for example. You're doing this like a higher self meditation where you meet your higher self and you ask them like, how did you do it? What did you do? What did you change? And you embody that, and they tell you how they do it, what kind of habits did they lose, what kind of habits did they gain, and how they did it. And then you can like overnight decide that this is who I am now and this is what I do. But the point is that it has to be very, very carefully planned. And so then it works. If you have everything like out, like written out, like, okay, so this is how the future me, this is how the most the best version of me, the higher version of me would act in this situation. This is how they would eat. This is what kind of habits they would have. And if they were feeling down, what would they do? How would they reward themselves? Instead of getting like a chocolate cake, they could reward themselves by getting a bubble bath or something like this. Something different though, you know. But for most people, the best thing to do is to change something small and make it a habit, and then change something small again. Like perhaps deciding like, first I'm going to go to the gym 1 day a week, and when that goes fine, they decide, well, I'm going to drink more water. And when that like is integrated within them, they can change like, okay, well, I'm gonna stop eating these sugary drinks or something like, well, you get the point. Like things change, they change things one little thing at a time, and over time they have completely changed their lives. So yeah, okay, now we got the card. Oh, we have 6 of Wands. This is the success card. Like you're going to make it. Whatever this challenge here is, it could be really anything. It doesn't have to do anything with fitness, doesn't have to do anything with finances. It could be a completely different thing for you. So you just have to think like, what is it? What is it for me? How does it work for me? And so that's the success card. Whatever it is, you're going to make it. You are going to make it through. And it's going to be wonderful. You're completely going to change your life. And like I said, like a small leak will sink the great ship. If it's something else than finances, it still applies. It still applies. Like these little tiny habits that are not good for you can sink your great ship. There was actually, I think it was in Atomic Habits, I think it was a story. I'm not quite sure if I'm remembering right, because it has been years since I read that book. But there was this like a group of cyclists, like an athlete team, and they were the worst. They were the worst, and they hired this coach who decided to change everything small. Like they didn't really change the training, they changed everything else. Like what was the best outfit, what had the least wind resistance in them, what kind of outfit was the best, what kind of tires were the best, what kind of like a bike seat was the best, what kind of shoes were the best, and what kind of helmet was the best. And then they changed all these little things which had like a really small percentage over the overall thing. Like it had very little weight in the reason of why they sucked. And this coach decided to change everything small like this, And I don't remember if it had anything to do with like actual like working out or something like this. I don't remember it very well, but I just remember it had a lot to do with other things. And eventually all these little things that they had changed, they went from being the worst to being the best by changing all of these little things. And that's the message. Whatever it is that you're going through, whatever you're struggling with, start small and think about those small things that you can change. Because big changes are like really hard for most people unless you're planning it really well. I've done those big changes many times in my life and they have worked fine, but I'm a huge planner. I like to plan and I have very detailed plans. So that's why they worked for me. So if you are a planner and you can do those deep dives into thinking why you're doing it the way you are and what would you have to change in order to change into this other person. It takes a lot of self-reflection and planning. So if you can do that, you can definitely do it overnight. But a lot of people, they just want to try. They just want to go ahead and try. And that's where things often go wrong because it needs a little bit of planning. So final messages to my beautiful fellow Gryffindors. Let's see what we have. Oh my god, I saw the grasshopper spirit again. I actually, because it has come out in every reading that I have had, I actually took it out in a couple of other readings because I was sick of seeing it. So I actually took it out of the deck to get some other cards than the grasshopper spirit, but now it's back in the deck again. And I just saw a flash of it. Oh dear. So my beautiful Gryffindors, what is the final message? Are you motherfucking kidding me? Ugh. Oh my god. Oh my god. Take a leap of faith. Okay then. I'm starting to think it's a message from me. Oh my god. Okay, let's get another. Ooh. Okay, we have another card, so I'm not completely pissed. So we have the grasshopper spirit. Take a leap of faith. And you notice that the grasshopper actually has a little crown. So you are going to succeed with this, whatever it is. But you actually have to start doing it. It's almost like, you know, when people are reading these like self-help books or bettering yourself books or these habit books or whatever, productivity books, they read them, but they don't actually do the things. They don't actually do the tricks that are taught in the book. So they just read it and hope that it magically transforms their life. And it doesn't, because they actually have to do the work. So you also have to do the work. And it's not going to be easy, and it's going to be very slow, but it's going to be so fucking rewarding. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be the best decision you have ever made in your life. And it's very necessary. Because I feel like there is some... Okay, I just heard it. If you don't learn from this struggle, you will keep struggling. That's what I just heard. So if you want to get out of this situation, think about, what is the lesson here? What do I need to learn so you can stop struggling? Okay? And then we have this, the scarab beetle spirit. Magic works through you. So you actually have to do it. You are the... There is no, like... There is no... I feel like you're hoping for something to change. Something is just going to change. Like maybe you win in a lottery, somebody borrows your money, or you get a huge inheritance and everything will be fixed. That is not the case here though. That is not the case here. I feel like that's what you have been hoping for. or maybe you will get this job that you have been dreaming about and they have this really great salary, and then you will be financially free and everything's going to be fixed. No. Not this time, my love. Not this time. You have to do the work because you are... It's almost like you're hoping to get this like magical wand that will fix your life. But, darling, you are the magical wand. It's you. And you're going to have to do the flesh and... what is it? Swish and flick. Yes, you have to do the swish and flick for yourself. So, you will do so great because we have a lot of success cards. We have the actual success card right here. And things are just going to be better. In many ways, your finances are going to improve, your family life is going to be improved, your friendships are going to improve, your relationships are going to improve. Everything is just turning for the better. You just have to do the work. So this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, my beautiful Ravenclaws. So you chose as well the soda light. Yeah, that's what it was. So let's get some tarot to see where you're at. Spirit guides. Oop, oh, okay. That's a little too much. A little too much. So, Spirit guides, what do my beautiful Ravenclaws need to know? What's going on? What's happening? Oh, that's a little too much as well. Oh, yeah, same. What do my Ravenclaw pile need to know? What's going on? What's happening? Okay, let's take those. Okay, so we have Queen of Pentacles, Princess of Swords, and Three of Pentacles. So you are clearly working on something. I feel like you have a lot of determination. There is something you really want to work out. Maybe you started studying, or maybe you started your own business. Maybe you started doing some sort of a project. And I feel like there are some people who are doubting you, but you're just, you're not having it. And good for you. You're not having it. And I feel like you're doing really great. You're doing wonderfully. Oh. Then we also have Four of Pentacles. Are there some people who are asking for something? Are there some people who are asking for something? Could be money, could be resources, could be time. Okay, we have Six of Wands as well. Okay, I also see this scenario here. I feel like you started doing something. You started this project or whatever it is. Could be studying, could be work, could be really anything, a side hustle, social media kind of thing, TikTok, I don't know, YouTube. And people were doubting you. People were really doubtful of this, and then it started working out. You made it through, and it started becoming very successful. And now these people who doubted you, they are coming back with demands. Like, can you pay for dinner because you have the money, or something like this. I see there's some people who are trying to use you. We also have the Fool. So I feel like you may have indulged. We also have Seven of Pentacles. You are a really hard worker. You made this happen with your hard work. And now people are trying to benefit from it. I feel like at first you did do what they asked, but now you're wondering if, you know, you would be the asshole to stop. And let me tell you, you would not be. Okay, we have Strength. Great inner strength. Release harsh judgments, forgiveness and compassion. Okay. That kind of proves it in my mind. I feel like a lot of people are judging you for what you're doing. I don't know why though. Well, I do know why. I feel like they are jealous, they are envying you. Because you are doing something that you were called out to do. And I feel like these people, they always ignored this because they did what was quote unquote reasonable, a safe choice. Oh, that's a little too much. And I don't think that they understand. You have worked so hard. You worked so hard. If nobody has sent this to you, then I'm gonna say it for everyone. I am very, very proud of you. So proud. You have done so well. So well. And I'm so proud. Okay, we have Five of Fire, competing goals. I think it's supposed to be completing goals, not competing. Bothersome details, conflict with others. Yes, I thought so. I thought so. There is some trouble with other people. Either because they don't understand or they don't want to understand. And this is leaving you kind of uncertain, kind of like, well, am I doing the right thing here? Should I be doing something else? Why are these people so angry with me? I just did what I thought I should do and it worked out. But I feel like they are just jealous because they would have never made the choice that you made. Maybe it was because, you know, at the time they didn't know it was possible and they thought that everybody would make the safe choice and be happy with it like they once were. But the fact, it's something, when people do something different, it scares the people who did the safe choice because I don't know, there's something strange about it. I don't know why that is. It's kind of weird though, isn't it? It almost feels like people are not happy for you. And which is really, really sad. I don't like it. It's so strange. I feel like there are a lot of toxic people around you. And I feel like they might be people that you can't easily get rid of, or you don't think that you can. They could be family or your partner's side of the family, or even friends. Right. 10 of Swords. Yeah. Yes. There's a lot of backstabbing happening. I'm not happy about it. I'm very sad for you, actually. It's almost like they are trying to, like, it's almost like they're unhappy and they're trying to bring you down with them. This could also be if you're like doing some like social media thing. I feel like maybe you are being attacked for something you said or something you had done, and people are just upset about something kind of stupid, actually. And they just don't see how hard you've worked, what you have overcome. They don't know. How could they possibly know? And because there is this, like, you know, like there is no reason to be jealous of anybody else or wanting to be someone else, because everybody is going through something. Everybody has their hardships. And I feel like people are very jealous of you, very like green with envy, and they think that you have it perfect, so they are trying to destroy some of it so that you would be like them. That is something that I see here. And I feel like you do need to protect yourself. Maybe you have shared some secrets or some information about you, and I feel like you need to be a little bit more careful about who you share things with. The thing is, people have this habit of always expecting people to do what they would do in a certain situation. So let's say it like this, like, let's say there is a couple, one of them is very loyal and the other one is a cheater. And what often happens is that the cheater one in a relationship is always suspecting of the loyal one to be cheating on them, because that is what they would do. But they just, and the loyal one, they would assume that the cheater would not cheat because that is something that they would not do. So when you have done something great, you have done something different, people would have expected you to do something that they would have done, and when you did the opposite, you were out of their control. They could not control you anymore. They are no longer able to see where you will be going because you chose differently than they would have. So you're unpredictable, and people don't necessarily love unpredictable things because we like to know what to expect. So that's very hard. This is a very tough message. I actually sent this to another pile today. If you're receiving some criticism, if you would not, well, okay, I'm gonna start with this. It's a quote, I think, from somewhere. I don't remember where. But it said, if you would not take this person's advice, if you would not go to them for advice, then why would you listen to their criticism? Doesn't make sense, does it? So let it go from one ear to another, from one ear through the other. It doesn't have to affect you, but it does. It does. But it doesn't have to. It's almost like, you know, let's say there's a person who speaks another language and they're like angry, so angry, and they're yelling at you in this other language that you don't understand. They are yelling rude things and calling you different names, but you don't understand any of it, and it's kind of hilarious. Like, it makes you kind of like giggle, like it's kind of funny. That's because you don't understand the language, and therefore the words have no meaning to you, and that's why you can laugh. And so when somebody then hurts you with words in a language that you do understand, it hurts you, it affects you, because you give those words the meaning. So that is something that you might want to consider. I feel like you have a lot of gifts. I feel like you may be very secure in, I feel like your finances may be very secure, or they will be, and there will be these people who will be asking you for things, asking for money, asking for resources, asking for your time. And you need to be prepared. And you need to say no to many people. And that will be hard. It will be hard. But it's a thing. It's a thing, you know. I actually once heard this story. There was this person who was, it was a product. He was building a business. And he said that, I think they were like water bottles or something. And he said that, you know, most of my friends, they were like asking for free stuff, asking for a free water bottle that he was selling because, you know, he could. And then his best friend, the guy asked like, well, do you want one? He was like, no, I already bought 2 of yours. I just bought them. And that's how he knew who his true friend was. Because he didn't ask for the free stuff. He was willing to buy not 1, but 2 of his products. And he really appreciated that. So there will be a time in your life where you have to take a very good look at who your friends are and who are not your friends. And make some decisions based on that. So we have the World. We have King of Cups. And we have Justice. I think that it will be very easy for you to notice this. I think that you have a very high moral. I think that you know... I feel like you're the kind of person who goes where, well, to whom other people go for advice. I feel like you're very knowledgeable. You have a lot of knowledge. You know what to do in different situations because you listen and you help. And there have been a lot of people around you with different kind of problems. And when another person comes in with a similar problem, you're able to tell like what is the right course of action because you have seen it before. You have seen how it plays out. You have seen that before. And so you have this this huge power over people in that sense, because you know, you have this knowledge about like how people work, how they tick, and you can kind of like predict how they will react in a certain situation. And you will find use for that gift very soon. You will be needing it very soon, because you're going to have to make some really tough decisions very soon. And you have to protect your energy. I am actually, well, let's take one of these. Then I want to take that other deck. Oh, okay, well, not that many. Just one, please. Just one. You have transformed many times in this lifetime. I feel like you were very mature from a very young age. And that has helped you in this life. You're very independent, you're very determined, you know what you want, you know what you don't want. But you have a sort of blind spot for people very close in your circle. I feel like there are a couple who are not looking for your best interest. In fact, they are looking out for theirs, and they see you as a threat, and so they're trying to bring you down. I feel like you may have an idea who this person might be, or who these people might be. And not knowing the exact situation, because it's probably like many different people for many of you. For some of it's friends, for some of it's a mother, for some of it might be siblings. Oh, okay, there we go. Okay, we got 2 cards, so be it. We have, okay, don't give up. Protect that which you have created. Have courage and believe in yourself. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. Exactly what I wanted to say. I feel like, especially this thing that you have created, I feel like people are kind of attacking you, but don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Oh, sorry. Are you okay? I knocked the camera. Okay, then we have 7 of Earth. Seeds well planted, a temporary pause in action, unnecessary worry. Okay. We have another 7 of Pentacles here, so we have 2 of 7 of Pentacles. So you are planting some seeds here, but I don't think it, I feel like this project, it's well on its way already. You're not starting it. It's already kind of become kind of successful, but it can grow even larger. But I feel like these seeds that we're talking about here, I feel like it has to do with your friends, the people around you. I feel like that is something that is going to be, that the seeds are all about. I feel like you may have had some seeds planted in your brain actually, where you are starting to realize these red flags. Because there has been red flags, you know, there has been several of them, but you've been kind of like, oh, what a pretty flag. What a deep, nice red color, like blood. Beautiful, gorgeous flag. I love that flag. So you know that there are red flags, but now you're actually thinking like, wait a minute, that flag that I just saw, that was the red flag? And now you're kind of seeing things from a different perspective. You're starting to notice these little things, how they don't clap when you have successfully done something, how they instead give you criticism when there was really nothing to give. They have to say something negative. whenever I actually heard that, like, every compliment has to be balanced with one criticism. That's what I just heard. So I feel like there are a lot of these people around you, especially with this 10 of Swords, because there are several swords in this person's bag. I'm gonna show it to you once more. Several swords. It could be several people, but it also could be several different times when this has happened. It could be just one person. And sometimes you can talk it out. I feel like that is something that you would want to do. But in order to talk it out, that would mean that they have to be vulnerable with you. They have to let you know what is it that they are not loving about this situation. What is it that they are so envious of? What are they afraid of? Are they afraid of that, you know, if you will be successful, then they can't be successful? Or do they feel like you are robbing them of an opportunity or something? Something like this, I feel like, but I think it's just something to do with them. I'm really starting to lose my voice, but it's okay. Just gonna take a sip of water. So, let's take this deck then, to see what this deck has to say about this situation, or any other situation. Oh, here's a hint. This person could be a Capricorn, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, or Rising. That is the hint. If you're not sure about this person. Wait a minute, let me see that card. Hold on. Just noticed something. Look, okay, I'm gonna show you something. Look. There is this little, I'm gonna do it like this so the thing can focus on it. Right. So there is this like little pot of gold. You can see like golden jugs and coins and pearls and jewelry and whatnot in there. But there are also like several swords in that, I don't know, pot of gold, I think that is. And so you have made something very successful. Perhaps you have made yourself very successful, but I do feel like it's some sort of a business thing. It could be a social media thing. Maybe one of your videos got viral or something similar. But it did come with a cost. It did come with a lot of people saying hurtful things. A lot of people trying to drag you down, or just something really ugly, something really ugly. But you know what happens when you shoot an arrow in a pot of golden coins and jewelry? It just sinks in. It doesn't do any harm. It doesn't even make a scratch. So, but it can though, because gold is a very soft metal, so it technically could, like, you can bite a golden metal or something if you win it somewhere. Anyway, it could make a dent, but when it's a pot of gold filled with golden coins or whatever, I don't think it does a dent. I think it just sinks in there. But the point is that you don't have to let it hurt. You don't have to let it stop you. You don't have to let it affect you in any way. So what more messages do we have from a beautiful, beautiful Ravenclaws? Just gonna get a couple cards from here. Okay. We have Page of Cups. So I do feel like you're going to be making friends out of this. A new friend. Best friend. A new best friend, I feel like. Someone completely different than... It could also be that, you know, somebody you thought was your best friend is actually doing all of this hurting. And you will find another person. I feel like maybe you're afraid that if you have to shut these people out who you think are your friends, then you will be alone. There will be nobody there for you. But, you know, you will find someone new. Because you don't have to, but I'm a professional bridge burner. I have to admit. I am. If a person doesn't click with me in a level, in a deep enough level, I don't feel the need to have them around, to be honest. I don't think that they are bad people or anything like that. They are just not the right people for me. And I do need that sort of click. I like spending a lot of time alone, so I don't, when I go out with people, I need to be like, you know, emotionally, mentally charged enough to do that, enough to get out of my house. And so I don't necessarily like hanging out with people who I have nothing in common with. I feel like it's a waste of my time. And so that is why I don't personally, I don't feel the need to have a lot of people around me, but I like that the people that I do have around me, there are people that I do click with. There are people that I love and appreciate, and they love me and they appreciate me, and I am worthy of them and they are worthy of me. And so, okay. Okay, we also have King of Wands. That is a card that keeps coming out a lot in different readings. And I take that card as being guided by your spirit guides. Okay, I get the message here. This is something that I said in another pile. I think that you might have been attracted to another pile in this reading for just this specific message, so I'm just gonna say it. So this was in a completely different situation, by the way. So if you're worrying about what is going to happen with these people, if you follow your heart, the right thing will happen. If you feel like you can't be around these people anymore, please don't disrespect yourself by letting them back into your life and letting them keep hurting you. If you have had enough, you have had enough and no more. And so, you know how people always worry about what will happen, what might not happen. You know, people have this, like, they think about the best case scenario, they hope for the best case scenario to happen, and then they fear that the worst case scenario will happen. They fear that. And so, but the thing is that we don't actually know what is the best case scenario, what is the worst case scenario. We don't actually know, because it could be that that what we thought was the best case scenario, it could be the worst case scenario. Imagine having a crush on somebody and the best case scenario in your mind is to get together with them, you know, fall in love, get married, get kids, build a family. And that is the best case scenario. And the worst case scenario is that you don't get together, you don't fall in love, and it never works out. And what if the best case in your mind happens here? What if you get together and fall in love? it is a possibility that they might become very abusive. It could be that you're just not compatible. It could be that you just never belong together and now you're kind of stuck together, stuck in a loveless marriage or stuck in an unhappy relationship because that is what you thought the best case scenario would be. When in fact, the best case scenario would have been if you would have never gotten together at all. So you never actually know. You never actually know. Have you ever been in a relationship and then you have broken up and after a while you're like, what did I ever see in that person? Like, how did I not see how, I don't know, annoying they are or something? I don't know. And then you think like, thank God we broke up, thank God. But do you remember how you cried when you did break up? How devastated you were, how unhappy you were, how you thought you would never love again. And it all worked out for the best. That's what I'm saying here. You don't actually know what the best case scenario here is. But I do say that you will actually gather people around that do love you, that do support you, that, I don't know. There's something about friendship bracelets that I keep hearing. Like, it's that kind of like friendship. I don't know why friendship bracelets came into this, but that's what I see here. Like, they are like really, okay, the battery is dying, so I have like probably a minute before it dies out. So let's just take one card. What is the last advice? Last piece of advice for my beautiful Ravenclaws. Last piece of advice. There are people coming around who will be very supportive, who will love you. Oh, we have the owl spirit. You see clearly now. Yes. Now you know that the red flag you once saw that you thought had a deep, nice blood color, it was actually blood, you know. Now you see, and I hope that this gave you some insights, and I hope you will find yourself in a better situation soon. And I know you will. You had a lot of success cards and you know, like people coming in and all that good stuff. But I do hope you will be getting better emotionally. So, this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again, and I hope I see you in my next one. Bye! Hello, my beautiful Slytherins. So you chose the Slytherin group and the beautiful Colette. I think I'm going to start with these cards straight away because your energy is a bit harder to read today for some very strange reason. So I'm gonna get one of these straight away, or two of these. Let's see. We have Two of Earth. Too much going on at once. The need to make a decision. Consider a more playful approach. Let's get another card. Oh, that was a little bit too many. Oh, okay, there we go. Life experience. A significant life event. A powerful revelation that leads to change. Time to spread your wings. Ooh, interesting. So let's get some of these then. Yeah, there is some change that is coming your way. Actually, I want to take a closer look at this. Interesting. Not quite sure what that was. Spirit guides, what messages do you have for my beautiful, beautiful Slytherins? Oh, nope. Too many. I do feel like I need to take these. We have the Sun. Then we have 8 of Cups. Then we have 10 of Pentacles. And the Fool. So I feel like you have gone on a journey, like a really long one. There is something that you have wanted to achieve and you have made it happen, but it was a very long road. I think that what you did was for family. Perhaps a hypothetical future family, or one that you already have, one that you were born in, or one that you build now in your life. But there was this like, I did it for family, I did it for family. And the Fool. I need some more cards for this. So, Spirit Guides, what is going on in this situation? What do my Slytherins need to know? What's going on? Ooh, okay. We have 2 of Cups. That's the Soulmate card. Okay. Have you recently fallen in love? And perhaps it was a person people did not expect. If not, it could be someone in the future. I feel like you are very rational in your life, but there is some person, this one person that came or will come, and they will completely throw you off, like make you change plans, kind of. It will be something that you didn't expect, something perhaps you decided that you didn't want children, and then you meet someone who is absolutely amazing and they want children, and then you're like, you know what, I do want children, but I want them specifically with this person, nobody else, just with this person. There is something like this going to happen, or if it hasn't already. And I do think that you will create a family with this person. If you don't want children, that's okay, that's okay. You don't need to have children. I know that people are very sensitive about that issue. If you don't want any, you don't want any. That's completely okay. Don't worry, don't worry. Don't bite my head off. That there will be a person coming who will completely throw you off, and a lot of changes will be made in your life. A good ones, I think. And I feel like this person is completely different than any of the rest. Completely different. Like you have to have like a different approach when you approach this person. We have Prince of Wands as well. Which kind of represents what I said. Like the normal, usual tricks, don't work on them. That is what I keep hearing. Like they don't work on this person. They don't work on this person. But you will be able to gain their affection in the end, definitely. I keep seeing, you know what I keep seeing? I keep seeing from Suits, Donna and... Oh no, I'm having a sneeze. Will it go away? I don't know. Yeah, Donna and Harvey. Yeah, those two. I keep seeing them too. Because they are an amazing match, but they're kind of like playing around it. And she is something else, you know. She is something else. And that is what I see here. Also, I kind of say that, you know, okay, this could be reversed, but I feel like this, if this is the man and a woman kind of relationship, doesn't have to be, it could be both sexes, you know, but this is the scenario that I keep seeing in my head. It's like the, like in my scenario that I see in my head, there is a man who is a kind of a player, kind of going around, kind of full of themselves, a bit cocky like that, overconfident, I think. And then there is this one girl that blows him away, and they are something completely different. Kind of also kind of like see Barney and what was her name in How I Met Your Mother? It was damn it. It was the English girl. Nora. Nora, yes, Nora. Kinda like that. And the guy is like completely smitten, but the girl is not that easily impressed. Especially because they know his history, and she's not easy, and he knows that she is something special. And so when he figures out that he actually wants something completely different from this relationship, like he wants something more, not just, you know, fun time, because this is not a good time girl. This is something, this is wife material, you know, and they recognize it. They know that it's there. And that's just something that I see. But this could be like, it doesn't matter what sex you're interested in. It could be either way, or, but there is just this like, there is this passion, there is this energy between the two, and this kind of like, I am not impressed. But they are kind of impressed though. They are interested. They're just scared. They're just scared that they will be treated badly or something. Which is a valid fear, but I do think that the other one will prove themselves, and this will end up fine. We also have Eight of Swords. I feel like you're kind of blinded by something and afraid of kind of letting go or something. Like, how do I say this? Afraid of showing a part of yourselves. Afraid of showing a part of yourself. Maybe it's like vulnerability, your feminine side, doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. The emotional side, showing that you have been hurt, showing that you are vulnerable and you're not indestructible. That's something that I see here. We also have Two of Pentacles. And the Hermit. So I do think that the majority of you are single, and you're not even looking for anyone. I feel that. You're kind of busy with everything in your life right now. And there is this need to slow down and just look what's around you, because I feel like this person, it's either this person has already either entered your life, you have noticed them, or you haven't quite seen them yet, but you need to slow down and look around to notice them. I don't think that you will miss them though. I don't think that you will miss them, because you will notice them, surely. We also have Seven of Swords. It's almost like this person just steals your heart. Like, you had it so well locked away, but they entered like a what are they called? It was you know, the Arsene Lupin stories. The I don't know what it's called in English, but is it like a gentleman thief? Like, he used to let the places he was going to rob, he would let them know that they were going to be robbed in a specific date, and so they were. It was like a gentleman thief story, kind of. But there is this element here. I don't think that you were looking for this person, but they just come and they steal your heart. And you thought that would never happen, and so it did. That's so cute. That's so cute. I also see Rapunzel and Flynn Rider, or Eugene. We also have High Priestess. You were not planning on this person to be coming in. And I do feel like you will be very confused about this person, because they will be someone you haven't quite dated before, and you didn't actually ever see that you would be dating this kind of person ever. But you do realize why, though. Eventually you realize why it had to be this person. There is a Page of Wands as well. I also see this could be the other person, but I do feel like this might be for you. I feel like you may have been not romantically involved or involved in any way with people. Probably because you have been too busy, or you just didn't want to put yourself through that. It just wasn't something that you wanted at this time. And I feel like you're going to wait for a while with this person as well. I don't think that anything will happen right away. I think it's a long game, this one. It's a long game. And even for anything sexual, like, it's going to be a long wait, but it's going to be very rewarding, actually. And also at the same time very freeing. I also see Lucifer and Chloe. I also see them. Like, this kind of couples, you know. That's what I keep seeing. Yeah, like a very confident, well-spoken, kind of guy, and then a bit, I don't want to say stuck up, but a bit more reversed kind of girl, who then, like, is rejecting the man in every way, and they still end up together, you know. That is something that I kind of see. Kind of, I don't want to say like enemies to lovers, but there is this like banter, this kind of like a game between them, but it ends up really sweet, really, really sweet. But there is this worry, definitely, and I don't think that the worry is uncalled for. I think it's very, I would be surprised if you weren't worried. And I can't quite tell which one you are, but you know it yourself. I feel like there might be like both of the sides watching this video, so I can't quite tell. We had, I don't, it was a temperance card, but maybe it will come up again. I saw it and I was gonna take it and then it disappeared, so we will see if it will come up. Oh, but there is this like opposites attract kind of thing. So we have a Queen of Cups and then the Moon. Okay, so with the High Priestess as well, I see that there is this, there will be a lot of soul searching, a lot of like pausing and looking internally, like what you want, who am I, what am I here to do, who am I inside. And I kind of feel like exploring your past relationships and thinking like what happened and how have I grown. And this kind of like inner work, this inner stuff is being processed. And I also feel like sexuality is like explored, but in but now with other people. I feel like, and I'm not saying, I'm not thinking what you probably think I'm thinking. No, I mean, you just think about it. You think and you process it and try to figure out who you are, where do you belong in this world, and why do you feel this way about things. I feel like you may have been damaged in some way in the past, and you are going through this healing journey of your own, on your own. And I feel like it might be during, it's either before or after you meet this person. It could be that this person triggers you to do this inner work sort of thing. But it could be also like before you meet this person, you are going through this. And either way, it's before you end up together. But like both of you have to do this inner work so that you can be together. And I feel like you both trigger that within each other. We also have Three of Pentacles. I feel like this will be a lot of work. It will be something that you have to do together in the end. You won't run out of problems, but it works because you do it together. You work so well together when you start working together. I feel like you are both kind of rejecting each other at first, and then when you start working together, you realize that, you know, I've never actually clicked this well with someone, even though they're completely the opposite of who I am and how I like to do things. But it just works. You work so well together. Like, let's say, like Lucifer and Chloe, like they work together and solve crimes, and they're completely different, and they have this like different way of dealing with things and finding out things, but they work so well together though. We have Eight of Wands. So the things are going to speed up really fast. Like after you get that point, like where you decide, like, you know, this is what I want to do, this is what I want to be with, then things are going to speed up when you start working together. Oh, okay. A random card or cards just fell out of the deck, so I'm just gonna try to take them. That was difficult. So we have Three of Wands and the World. It's almost like you're going on this like inner journey. Like before you meet them, I think you have this like, you know, I am powerful and I am powerful alone. I don't need people to make me feel, you know, good. You know, like I don't need people around me. I don't need people around me. Like I can do things on my own. I'm independent. I'm not afraid to do things alone. But then with this person, it's like the world just opens, you know, like you just don't have to. You don't, it's not like you're pretending to be independent or anything, but I do feel like there has been this like deep desire to have someone to share your life with, but you haven't found the right person. And for a while you had this like a strong wall, like I can do this on my own. Like if you can do something alone, you won't ask for help. And then there are people who don't do things alone at all. They always want company to do anything. And you're not one of these people. But then you realize how nice it is to do things with a person you love, I think. When you get to this level with this person, I'm gonna say it's a long game, you know. It's not gonna happen overnight, because there is this because both of you are so different and you both question a lot of things and how it would ever work. But then it just does. When you both become comfortable enough to be vulnerable with each other, then it will all work out. Okay. We have death. And oh, okay, another card just dropped. I'm gonna check that out. We have death. And ooh, Ace of Swords. So basically the world or your life as you knew, it will completely transform. It will become something else. In a good way. They will be happy changes, but I feel like they will be changes that you hadn't considered. You didn't think about those things, that they would happen, or they would happen like that. But the good things here is that you have always been kind of open. You have been like kind of like closed off, but you have always had this openness for opportunities to rise, though. Like you haven't closed yourself completely off from opportunities. So there has always been something there, like hoping for a miracle kind of thing. Okay. We have the skunk spirit. Know your worth. And then we have trust the great mystery. So this is something completely unexpected, and I think that you have been you haven't explored relationships in a very long time, because you've needed time to heal. You've needed time to think about things, what happened, and kind of like regroup, recharge. And you just never, you did all that, but then you just never, it took a while, and you got used to the new normal, and you didn't feel the need to change that. So it never happened until this person one day comes in, or has already, and I think things are just going to magically play out. Because I do think that this is a guided thing. You're being guided to this person. We had the soulmate card after all. And we also have Three of Cups and Judgment. So there is this, like, you will free yourself from expectations, because there was this thing, like, you didn't actually realize how many, well, how much you had closed yourself off. You hadn't quite realized it, how many blockages there were until they are unlocked. And you kind of feel this, like, this sense of freedom. And it feels good. There is also this sense of unity. I feel like with this person there comes a lot of friends as well. Well, not a lot, but like a couple. And these are people that you wouldn't have met without this one person that we have been talking about. Like, he comes with gifts, basically. Like, yeah. He comes with something extra, and that extra could be like sisters or something, brothers or something. Friends, though, that will become very good friends. Well, let's get a couple more cards. What messages do we have? My beautiful Slytherins. Oop, too many. Couple more cards. Messages to my beautiful, beautiful Slytherins. Oh, no way! We got it! Temperance, what I said. I saw it there. Oh, we also have Nine of Pentacles. So there is this like opposites attract kind of thing. You are completely opposites, but at the same time it's like the both sides of the same coin. So you are very different, especially to the outside, but internally you just click, you fit together. And with the Nine of Pentacles, you are going to be very happy. You two are going to be very happy. And I feel like it's the kind of happiness that neither of you really expected. Like, I don't think that the other, perhaps, or you, one of you, either way, probably never thought that they would be happy in a committed relationship. Like, maybe they always wanted the freedom, and perhaps the other one of you never thought that they would be happy with that kind of person. There is this like you're really different and so on, and neither of you really expected it to work out this way, and so it did, and it worked so beautifully. Like, it was so unexpected. I feel like there were a lot of other people on the outside kind of like, I think there's something going on here. And both of you are like, no, never. And, you know, things just happen. Like they do. Let's get one final message. Last message to my beautiful Slytherins. There we go. Oh, turtle spirit. Slow and steady wins the race. Like I said, this is going to be a long time coming. And if you know this person already, I don't think that, or when you meet them, I don't think that you ever consider that anything like this would ever happen with them, because you're just so different. I feel like not really enemies to lovers, but kind of like, I don't like this person, they're annoying. Like, they do this and they do that and blah blah blah, we're just too different. I kind of see that, but it takes a little while for each of you to warm up to each other. And it also needs a certain level of vulnerability, because you both need to open up to each other. And I think it's very hard for both of you, but it just works out. And it works out beautifully. So this is what I had for you. I really hope you enjoyed. I would really love to read for you again. And I hope I see you in my next one. Bye.